Hello, this is Steve from Beaute's Leatherworks, and today's project is this Letterman's jacket. Now, it's approximately 40 years old, and the owner of the jacket wants to redo it and give it to his daughter to wear for her high school years. As you can see, it's been well worn. The sleeves are basically, they're vinyl, they dry rotted, and they're just kind of falling apart. And the lining is an issue we have got to deal with. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it apart, replace the sleeves, the pocket edges. We're going to clean the rest of the jacket and then replace the lining for him. Now the issue is that in the lining, see these embroidery? He's a wrestler. The embroidery is stitched onto the lining. In order for me to remove the sleeves to work on the project, in order for me to do the alterations, I've got to remove the lining. But you can't remove the lining because the embroidery is on the lining itself. And we're sure aren't going to remove the embroidery and then redo it. I don't think we're going to need to do that since we're going to replace the lining anyway. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut out the lining, all right, cut out the lining and keep the area that it's been embroidered on the jacket and then replace the lining with a new lining. Now this is what I've sourced out for the new lining, which is very similar to what he's got. But what I'd like to do is see how the sleeves have some sort of a batting that keeps it kind of warm. I'd like to do similar, not as heavy as that, but similar material back of the lining, like a thermo shield or something that kind of keeps the entire jacket a little warm. And the sleeves are going to be similar gray color leather. It's a shade lighter than what he's got, but this looks a lot lighter in the camera than it is. So once it gets done, I think it'll look nice with the edges of the pocket and also the sleeves all redone. All right, so let's get started. Just want to mark the center of the shoulder that lines up with that shoulder seam right there, so when it's put together it's not twisted. I mean, it does happen sometimes if you're not careful. I think it's really cool that the father wants to give the jacket to his daughter. Very, very cool. And if she takes care of it, you know, she could potentially pass it to her kid. Or to somebody. We have a little visitor here. The heck is that? Who can identify that? Whoa. Well, we're going to save this sucker. I don't know who he is. I don't know what he wants. But I sure hell ain't going to find out. Got a lot of legs. continue. Well, we freed our friend. He was an unwelcome guest. Couldn't really offer him coffee or hookah or anything, you know? When you're unwelcomed, you are unwelcomed. Luckily, there are no other unwelcome guests in the jacket. We didn't dispose of him, don't worry. I know what y'all are saying. Hey man, don't kill that poor thing. He's got 9 lives. Or whatever. No, I didn't kill him. I just kind of released him into the wild where he could be eaten up by spiders. Hey man, what he does after I let him go is up to him. I got no control of nature. Only the strongest survive, they say. Well, as you all can see, these pocket edges are vinyl also to match the sleeves. And we will replace those with the same matching leather. All right, let's continue. This is basically what I meant by cutting around the patches. That'll remain just like that inside the jacket behind the lining, and we still have the lining to make a template out of it, so not too bad. All right, let's continue. So let me show you guys the elastic cuffs, okay? Now, sometimes they get discolored, so I can't, you know, even after cleaning, it might not look as clean as it should. So what I've done in the past is that once I clean it, I'll see if I can turn it. Well, this is the, look at the difference. This is what it used to look like, that light, that bright blue there, right? So I'm going to see what happens after I clean it, see if I can bring some of that back. Now, sometimes if we turn it inside out like this, you get a better color. It's a little bit more cleaner and newer, but obviously it's still dirty here. So we're gonna have to wait to see what happens after I clean it. And sometimes turning it inside out and remaking that wristband like that, it looks so much nicer. All right, let's continue. All right, so everything is apart. Now these we're going to salvage, we're going to put back. I don't know about this one, because this looks like it's an iron-on. Maybe I'll cut this out and stitch it on there instead of unstitching the patch and putting it on there. I'll put it back on the new lining. Now the more I look at the cuffs, the more I want to replace them because they're a bit tattered. I mean, I could stitch this up and make it look presentable, right? But a little searching, I found some nice cuffs that same shade of blue with the white stripes. I think it'll look really nice if we put new ones on there. Now I just have to source out the collar to match that because I'm not going to replace the cuffs and have that old one on there. Also, these snaps we're looking at, I've got silver, gold, antique brass, black oxide, no blue. Now the other side is silver. Simplest thing to do is to put silver snaps back on. Maybe I was just thinking if we're going to replace the leather sleeves and the whatchamacallit, the pocket edges, maybe I can wrap these in leather matching the sleeves. I'll have gray snaps instead of blue. I'm going to run that by the customer and see what he thinks. And we'll start assembling this bad boy. Oh, at this stage here now, we're going to have this cleaned and see what it looks like once it gets done. All right, let's continue. Good afternoon, Beaute's Leatherworks. Can I help you? What's up? Yeah, they're gonna think about it. I'll let you know. Don't worry. Well, no, I just have to get their okay. I send them the pictures and basically let them decide what they want, and then I'll put an order in. Okay. All right, buddy. Take care. Bye. All right, so we've got the lining assembled. Okay, stitch those patches back on. Now I've got a second layer underneath the main lining. Give it some warmth. Also the sleeves. Now these were dark brown material. Okay. And I cover them with the same kind, so it'll kind of match, it'll blend in when you look through the sleeves. And I did all the, all the stitches got done to match the diamond pattern. So when it's finished, it looks like that's what it came with. So we're getting there. All right, let's continue. You guys see these skipped stitches? So I've got to adjust the machine. You can't have that. So we're going to unstitch all that and restitch it again. Make sure that we don't have those issues. Minor setback, not a big deal. wish I can bring this color to this color. You see the difference? It's a little bit more vibrant blue, but unfortunately, this is the cleanest it's going to get. Can't do much more than with what I got. It's okay. Now we're going to do the pocket edges, put new pockets in, and then we're going to start reassembling the jacket. Let's continue. All right, so these are the pocket edges, right? They get folded in half like that, and it becomes the pocket edges. Now, this is just a small piece of ribbon, piece of nylon ribbon that I attached to it. So what happens is that the edges of the pocket get stretched out of shape over time, and it doesn't look good at all. There's really not much you can do once it does that, unless you take it all apart and reinforce it or replace it. So just a simple piece of nylon here will add structural support. This way this doesn't stretch out of shape, and we'll always maintain that nice edge look. All right, let's go. All right, we got our sleeves on, our pockets. Okay, pocket liners. So now we get to assemble the lining, the collar, cuffs. Oh, these are the new ones here. Are they exactly the same? No. But I think this will be very nice once it gets done. Add to that. All right, let's continue. Okay, got the cuffs on, got the neckband on, lining's in. So the only thing that's left is the waistband. Once the waistband gets assembled, we'll clean it up again just to dust off all the lint. I got to redo the buttons, and we will be done with this project. All right, let's continue.
How are you? Huh? How are you today?
What's up, Tim? You got it, Reza?
Yes. Thank you for calling me. What can I help you? Yes, I do.
All right, welcome back. We are done with another project. So as you guys can see, everything got replaced on the jacket except for the body of it. So we added new leather sleeves, the collar, the waistband, the wristbands, the pocket edges, pocket lining, the lining itself, clean the jacket. So there's really not much else that needs it. It just needs to be worn and enjoyed. And I think it turned out very well. I think the customer's going to be happy. So if you haven't subscribed, please do so if you don't mind. Greatly appreciate it. Thumbs up, share, whatever you got to do to grow the channel, that would be awesome. All right, we'll see you guys again on the next project. Take care.